Wilf, on the way down, I wrote some things. Legend, Mr. Crystal Palace, one of the greatest players to play for the club. That's enough about me. We're here to talk to you. What's been happening today? What have you been doing with the kids?
Just, to be honest, I didn't even know this was here. I've just come in and they've showed me a few of the classes that go on, and like there's obviously the boxing class, there's cheerleading, there's the art class, there's the football outside, and they were just showing me just what the kids get up to really. And it's like, it's cheap, it's like £5 for the year. Wow. And I think if you come from day to day or whatever, it's like £1. And the money that's being put into it is refreshing to see, do you know what I mean?
It's fantastic.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's the community, and I don't think there's much places that do as much, do you know what I mean? So it's like, before there was, the kicks that I used to go to was like, it's like 5 minutes down the road, but it never had all of this. And it wasn't mixed. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's girls and boys joining in. It's nice to see, man. It's massive for the kids as well. So it was nice to come down.
Is this how you got started? Is this how you got started in football?
No, what's it called? I used to play Sunday league. Imagine in that park across the road. I used to pay £1 to come and play. Like, I used to play for White Horse Wanderers. Then obviously through them I got scouted for Palace, but kicks was 5 minutes from my house. And all of my friends went there. So even when I was at Palace in the academy, I still went and played with my friends. Because it's in the community, it's in the area, and obviously I'm playing with my friends as well, because obviously, you know, when you play outside, it's different to playing for your club, because there's so much rules and stuff. But you just get to play freely. So yeah, I still went and joined in, and yeah, man, that's why I liked it so much.
So this is where you learn. When did you sign for Palace then?
I signed for the Palace at the age of 8.
Wow.
Yeah, so early, so I was at Palace for years, man. So,
I mean, Palace got a great academy. You look, Victor, Kleiny, can bring scans, Johnny Williams. Do you keep in contact with any of them? Do you see how they're doing?
Yeah, I still speak to Kleiny. Do you remember Cadogan?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I still speak to Cadogs. I still speak to Scans. Do you remember Nathaniel Pinney?
Yes.
Yeah, I still speak to him. He still plays football.
We had some good players.
I know. Players. So yeah.
Did you know them growing up?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how many players actually came through the academy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still keep in contact with them.
Oh, that's good. Was there ever a point in the academy that you felt, I'm not going to make it? Or was you always confident?
No, there was certain points where, like when I reached, I think it was under 18s, I went through a spell where I wasn't playing at all. And the person that was keeping me out of the team was Nathaniel Pinney. And I was thinking, oh my God, like, I've never been through that phase where, do you know, as a footballer, you go through rough patches where, obviously...
I went through more than you.
But yeah, that was the first time, do you know what I mean? It was just like, what do I do here? Like, obviously, the manager's not having me as much. So, like, I used to go home and actually cry at times because I was thinking, what do I do that? But then it's a thing where you just got to be mentally strong, and I was just like, you know what? I need to just carry on and push on. And obviously I went through that spell. And then I think the spell that pushed me into first team was Youth Cup.
Yeah.
Like, went into Youth Cup, and then that's when I proper knuckled down and just worked hard. And
So you went all the way through Youth Cup, become mentally stronger, as you said.
Yeah.
When was the time, do you remember when you first trained with the first team? How did you felt? The memories you've got from that? Anything that stood out? So we had big characters in that team at the time.
Yeah, I was, to be honest, going with, like, first team, obviously, you know, first team was so different to how it is now. Because now there's so much more youngsters in the teams, but then it was just like, there was the Sean Derrys, and like, I used to be there and not say a word. Literally, I'd just go out and just obviously try to prove that I'm good enough to be there. Do you know what I mean? Not go out there and muck about, because you'll get hammered instantly if you're just if you're not giving 100%, you know what I mean? So it was just like, I've got to just stay in my corner, be quiet, but just prove that I'm meant to be.
Yeah, is it similar to that nowadays? Obviously, you're saying you come through and if you're not knuckling down and doing it, you get the big characters. You've mentioned Sean Derry, Clint Hill, Paddy. They give it to you. Is it like that now for young players?
I feel like not as much, man, because young players are, like now, I feel like young players are given a lot from an early stage. And I'm not saying, it's up to whatever club.
Yeah, the game's changed a little bit,
the game's changed. It's like, fair enough, if you're young, you get given an opportunity, but some people, it comes so easy, and at a young age, they start to, if it gets given to you easier, you won't be as hungry as coming through when there's the big characters that will come down on you like a ton of bricks if you muck about with anything, do you know what I mean? So now it's not easier, but it's not as hard as it used to be. That's what I think.
Nah, cool. I've got it written down. I wrote in my notes, your debut. Let's take you back to your debut. 27th of March 2010. Paul Hart was the manager. Yeah. 17 years old. Cardiff.
Yeah, Cardiff. I remember.
I played in that game.
Yeah.
I remember you coming on. What's your memories of that?
I was just, to be honest, I wasn't even really nervous. I remember I was smiling so much, like when I was coming on, because I was thinking, this is all I wanted. Like, this is everything I've gone through. This is finally it, the opportunity that I wanted. And it's just like, I just wanted to get on. And obviously when I got on, I got a few chances, and it was just like, this is the best feeling ever.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story. You think back to what some of the Man United players say about Cristiano when they played against Sporting Lisbon and we got to sign him. I mean, I remember having a chat to some senior players going, he's got to play. He only played about 10, 15 minutes, I believe, that first game, training. But then you didn't play again till the end of the season. Yeah. Was you aware of the pressure with being in administration that season? Was you aware as a young lad what it meant to the club?
Not as much. I was thinking, at the time, I didn't even understand it, but I was just thinking, what is going on? Like, what is happening to the club? Yeah. Like, I never really had the pressure as much because I wasn't really involved as much. I was there, but do you know, obviously the pressure, the pressure of when it's expected of you to score, because you used to score, do you know what I mean? But it was just like, I didn't know what was going on. I knew there was something mad going on and the club could, I don't even know. But I didn't have the pressures of anything then, but I was just thinking something needs to happen.
I think Palace with Ambrose just got the edge. If you give away any free kicks around the box, so if you push me out, I think Palace will get the result they need.
Hillsborough, you was involved. Where did you watch it? Was you nervous as much as the players because you'd been involved that season? Yeah. We needed the point, they need to beat us. What was going through your mind at that situation that there potentially might not be a club at the end of it, you know?
I was just thinking, I don't know how these lot are going to do it, but you need to get the points, you know what I mean? I was at home watching it, I was thinking, this is mad, like, because I've been at the club for years, and seeing the club go through that, it was just like, this is some serious stuff, man. It's once you get to that level, this is the thing, like, there's certain points in football where obviously you love the game, but when you get to a certain point and so much is expected of you, it's not as fun in games as you think, because I'm sure you going out there and playing that day, you have to. There's no. You
get a certain enjoyment out of it as well.
You do. With that pressure, obviously you thrive off of it, but at the same time, this is not just a game, it's your job. You have to, do you know what I mean? So I felt nervous for you lot, but I was thinking, we've got to do this, we've got to pull through, really.
I mean, I had a similar situation at Ipswich. When I was young, I broke in, I played against Arsenal, my debut. We got relegated that day.
Wow.
In my head, that was a positive, because I'm thinking, I've got a chance next season.
Yeah.
So when we had a change of management, we had a lot of turnaround in players, was there a point in the summer when you're thinking, you know what, I could get in this team? I know you had your opportunity before, you took it, but there must have been, you think, if I come back pre-season and I play how I know I can play, I'm in.
To be honest, I was just thinking, I've got to just keep on trying to prove, and hopefully I'll get in. And obviously, I think Was it that next season when George Burley came in?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like...
And you started well.
Yeah.
You got straight in the team.
Yeah.
Leicester, a goal, assist. I tell you what, some goal as well, you remember it?
Yeah.
Right
Alan
foot
Lee.
kind of volley, Alan Lee flick it.
Flicked it. I could never forget that goal, man. That was like yesterday, man. Like...
Does it still feel as good now scoring as it did back then?
Yeah, it did.
Same feeling?
I can't, do you know half the time, yeah, in the mornings where I'm getting ready for the games, yeah, I practice celebrations in my room.
Wow.
But if I do score, it goes out the window, man. Do you know what I mean? And I think I've practiced something for so long, like, but I never do it. So it's the same thing, like the passion that comes out of me when I score is like that same day when I scored then.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I in my head I was thinking, I gotta just work hard, hopefully I can get in. And then, do you know when you've got that, like the gaffer gives you that slight trust, that slight belief. Yeah. So when he's giving me that, I thought, okay, I may be able to play. Then obviously he's giving me the opportunity and never looked back since.
No, cool. We share in that. I know Paul Hart gave you your debut. I know that. But I've got an affiliation with George because he bought me for Ipswich.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work for him. Can you put your finger on why? We lost to Millwall, I think, 3-0.
Yeah, I remember
Punch
that
scored
day.
a hat-trick.
Yeah.
And
I
he left.
That day.
What, can you put your finger on what happened?
I don't know, man. Obviously, I loved him because he gave me so many opportunities. But obviously, in football, it's the results that count, really. And I don't feel like we got as much the right results as we needed. And football's ruthless. If it was up to me.
We tried to play a different way than we could. I don't think we was a play out from the back, through midfield. Yeah,
you got to be honest with what you are, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's why it didn't work. Obviously, we tried to play in a way where we just didn't have the players to play like that, and it just didn't work out. So
he left. Dougie came in. I think the right appointment at the time. He was first team coach. Everyone loved him. What kind of impact has he had on your career, particularly early career?
To be honest, him being a striker, he helped me massively with like the runs that I had to make, practicing on my left foot, right foot, and he was on my case as well, like relentless. Do you know what I mean? He was relentless on my case about it. Just even some of the small stuff, like if I remember I was late for something, and he made me. I can't remember what he made me pay for, but those times, that money meant so much to me. So, like, it was small things like that that just made me stay on the right path. And it was enjoyable playing for him because the way he worked, he was just strict, but at the same time, he knew how to have a laugh. And then, I'm sure you remember the team then, I felt like the way the team worked was like robots. Everyone knew their positions, everyone knew what they were supposed to do, because there was a time, even when he left, we carried on winning, because it's like, the way he left the team was so...
I know what you mean. He was very regimental in what everyone had to do.
Yeah, that's how
everyone knew their jobs, their roles.
Everyone knew their jobs. It's so much easier when you know exactly what to do when you get on the pitch. So it was a good time when he took over.
Good. We can't stand here without talking about that game at Old Trafford. In 2010, 2011, a long time ago now. That was the time the world of football really took notice of you, I feel. We all knew what you could do. And again, talking as a senior pro, I come away, I'd obviously scored a goal. It was half decent.
Don't just say scored a goal, like that goal wasn't...
We're not here to talk about them worldies. But I remember saying, all right, we scored, we won, but wow, I think you ended 3 fullbacks' careers that night. And
that was...
What would you remember about that? Was it nervous? I mean, they had a good team out. It shocked us when we turned up.
Yeah, they had a really good team out, man. I was surprised, but they wanted to win it. It was one of those games where it's like, we've got an opportunity here to just prove to the world that, me personally, prove to the world that I'm good enough, do you know what I mean? So I went into that game thinking, I've got to just give. I give 100% every game, but obviously some games it's just like, you've got to give that extra 10%. So yeah, I was nervous as hell, but it's just like I got to show what I can do no matter what, really. Obviously,
Everywhere I go, I'm always asked about the goal.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm living off it. Does everyone ask you about the assist?
Yeah, people ask me and I'm like, why do you not even ask me this stuff? I've just literally given you the ball and I was direct. After I've given you it, yeah, I think I've gone inside this way and I've given you it and where I've stood is directly behind you as you've hit it. So
and you're thinking, what are you doing?
There's no way you're shooting from this far, but I've watched it go literally straight off your foot, top corner, and I was thinking, this guy's a joke. For you to even, I can't even shoot that hard for it to get, if I was to, it would not go anywhere near the goal. So for you to shoot that hard and hit it on target, I was just thinking, that's unbelievable, man. So that made that day, it's gonna stay in all of our heads because obviously that was a big day that we've won, but that goal, it gets shown on Sky Sports regularly. So yeah, it's a memorable day.
And then you
for
was
all of us,
involved in the
man.
winner. You won the free
do you know
kick.
what I mean? So
no one remembers Glenn scored the other goal.
yeah, but yeah,
They all think we won 1-0.
no one thinks about that because obviously that goal, obviously it won the game, but come on, man, that goal was a screamer. So
We obviously lost to Cardiff in the semis.
Yeah.
I think it's a big chance for
mad.
us to get to the final.
Yeah, man.
We lost on penalties.
And those penalties were so bad.
First two missed. that was frustrating.
Man.
I think we had a big chance that year.
Yeah, we could have gone all the way.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it'd have been Liverpool in the final, and who knows?
Oh, yeah,
Who knows?
you never know.
But when was you aware that the impact that had for you personally? Because you obviously impressed Sir Alex Ferguson that night. Was you aware immediately?
When I've come off the pitch, my phone was blowing up. Like the whole world, that's when everyone started to pay attention to me or whatever. And then I saw stuff in the social media, like little rumors about Sir Alex Ferguson being interested in stuff, but I just tried to take no note of it because it's as easy as that. If you pay attention to the media or whatever, you'll get sidetracked and then you'll come off your game and you're not going to be as, do you know what I mean? You'll start to think, oh my God, like, I really want to. So I just thought, you know what, I'll take it with a pinch of salt, like just carry on doing what I'm doing really. And then, yeah, just not think about it. And if anything comes from it, then yeah.
So obviously 2012, probably the worst decision I made leaving, but promotion season. Yannick Bolasie come in. Did you know him before? When did you strike up that partnership of terrorising defenders?
It was literally, he just came, he wasn't really playing at Bristol before. Just came in and I knew he's a tricky player. So obviously it was nice to have someone that's competing with me on the other side, able to go past players. So
was you competing like that? Was you competing who could do the best tricks and score the best goals?
Who could go past, because when you've got that competition, it's even better because it pushes you to be even better. So obviously having him on that side, and it helps me as well because people would double up sometimes, but then if you have two wingers that are pacey and got tricks, it make life so much easier.
That's what got Palace promoted, in my opinion. We won't talk too much about Man United. My opinion, people say you weren't utilised right. I don't think you was utilised at all. But their loss is our gain as Palace. Was it an easy decision to come back? Was it relief to come back?
Yeah, it was a no-brainer for me. Like even the what's it called? Before I even went on loan to Cardiff, I wanted to come back to Palace, but David Moyes didn't want to let me come back. Yeah. But yeah, when I came out to Palace, I thought I need the stability. I don't like going on loan to different clubs and stuff. I needed stability, and then it just made sense. Palace welcomed me back, and it was just a no-brainer for me, especially just stay where I'm loved and just play my football and just enjoy it. So yeah, as soon as I had the opportunity to sign back, I just did.
Nowadays then, you've obviously got a manager who trusts in your ability, players that love you, fans that idolise you. For me, I like watching you on the left wing. I used to love it because you used to win penalties all the time and then I'd take them. So I used to love that. You obviously got 10 Premier League goals last year. Is that a target of yours? Do you set yourself targets?
Yeah, definitely. I set myself, because the season before that I got 8. Then I told myself I need to get double digits this season. So I'm happy I managed to get 8. I set myself targets every season. This season was to get over 10 goals. Obviously, I haven't started the season as good as I would like to, but I feel like I can still reach my goal. I could still get 10 or more goals this season again. So yeah, I tried to set myself goals.
You'll get chances.
Yeah.
That's something you'll do, and you'll create chances.
Yeah.
You'll win penalties, and you win games for Palace. I just want to say thanks. It's my first interview.
Yeah.
To do it with someone like you is really good for me. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
appreciate
glad,
that.
man.
Thank you very much.